Hi, I'm Sara Jackman, and I'd like to talk to you guys today a little bit about internet shopping, specifically safe internet shopping. Um, in today's fast-paced, technologically advanced world, internet shopping is just simply a click away. We can access it no matter where we are or what we're doing. It just takes but a couple of moments. Internet shopping unites products with individuals who might otherwise have to do without because of location or availability. Unfortunately, though, as with all aspects of life, there are those who wish to take advantage of others if care is not taken to protect oneself. Let's face it, who hasn't ordered something hoping to get this and worried about getting this? It all Unfortunately, most of the time that doesn't happen, but there are ways that we can safeguard ourselves to help protect and prevent situations like that from arising. To find some sources for how to best protect oneself on the internet, I looked to some well-backed internet sources to find tips for how to best and most safely use and utilize this option. The first article that I read was 11 Tips for Safe Online Shopping, and it is published by PCMag.com, which is a fairly decently sized computer magazine. You can find their articles in our databases for peer-reviewed sources. Some of the tips that they recommended was to always stick with familiar sites, Walmart.com, HomeDepot.com, places where you know and recognize the brand anyways, and to be very careful of avoiding look-alike, sound-alike websites. There's some places who will incorporate part of the title of a very familiar business into their website title to help kind of lure you in, and then in the hopes that once you're there you will decide that their product is something that you can't do without. Another tip that they recommended was when you go to checkout that be certain that your connection is secure, and the easiest way to do that is up in the address bar where it says http // it should now say https // with the S standing for secure. And then finally, another tip that I learned from this site was don't disclose all your information. They don't need your social security number and your birth date and your credit card number and all these fine details to make a sale to you. However, an identity theft will have a heyday with all this information if they're able to hack into the site and acquire all these things in one place. My next article that I looked at was safeshopping.org. It is published by the American Bar Association, and from there the two biggest things that I picked up, obviously it's a lawyer's site, so it's going to be pretty litigious, was to always read your privacy policy and your returns and refunds policies, because sometimes there's hidden fees or other stipulations that are in that fine writing that we're otherwise unaware of, and you then wind up finding yourself spending a lot more on an item that you thought was going to be relatively inexpensive and a nice fun purchase. So just really to protect yourself, it's tedious, it's boring, but definitely read the fine print. Next I looked at about.com, which is an online publication of the New York Times, and from their site I picked up the tips always use credit over debit when you're online. You can always cancel out a credit card versus it's a lot harder to cancel out an entire bank account, and the money is not as well protected versus a lot of your credit card companies have protection in place or available for a nominal fee to prevent you from credit card fraud. They also took it a step farther, recommending that if you plan on doing any significant amount of online internet shopping, that you go ahead and invest in a prepaid credit card where that credit card is attached to no other account. You only have a certain amount of money in there, and even if somebody gets a hold of that number, there's only a very limited amount of damage that they can do versus completely bankrupting you and ruining your credit. They also recommended that you do not ever store your information on the store websites. I know a lot of the store websites and your online bill pay and everything, they have the option for you to store your credit card information and all that, so that way then instead of having to re-enter all this information every time you go online to shop, you just simply click use my previous information and away you go. This is very tempting, and it's very convenient. It makes things very fast and smooth. Unfortunately though, if that site is ever hacked into or otherwise compromised, your information is all there and available easily to somebody who would not use it appropriately. Finally, I looked at Microsoft Safety and Security Center, and the two things I took from there was look at the reviews and look for third-party seals of approval. No other reputable business is going to put their name on your business if people are filing complaints because of internet fraud. So, welcome to the 20th century. Let's all enjoy our internet shopping, but let's all be safe, let's be smart, and do it wisely. Thank you for your time.